I'm Nancy Drew. This is my center of operations, my desk. Go ahead and poke around. If you want to know the particulars of how I do what I do, take a look at the book titled How to Be a Detective. It's real helpful, especially if you're new to the mystery-solving business. And be sure to check out my scrapbook. I put memorabilia from all my past cases in there. A lot of them were pretty dangerous and at times really scary. But don't say anything about that to my dad, okay? He worries about me enough as it is. And whatever you do, read what's in the file called Case File. That'll tell you all about the mystery I'm about to try to solve. If you think you're ready to dive into that mystery, just click on the plane ticket and you'll be on your way.
Well, hello Nancy Drew family, welcome back to another playthrough video. Today I am playing Nancy Drew Secrets Can Kill Remastered. This is the second game that Her Interactive released in 2010, and I should say it's the second of 3 games, and that game will come along a little bit later. So for those of you who do not know, Secrets Can Kill was the first Nancy Drew game that Her Interactive released, and then they remastered it, as we're getting into, in 2010. And there are a couple of changes, actually quite a few changes, some new things and things that are no longer in the game that were in the original. And it's really meant to celebrate Nancy Drew, not just from the games, but also from the books. You know, just her as a character, and for all the years that she was around. So this was released in the year of her 80th anniversary, which is really something. That this is a character who has truly stood the test of time and continues to be beloved today, and continue to see different incarnations of her. So this game really is just about celebrating the character, and it's sort of a fun one that Her Interactive remastered. At the time that it was released, I can't quite remember what my take was on it before playing it. I don't know that I really cared that much, but I do enjoy just taking into mind that it's meant to be light, and it was created so that we could acknowledge Nancy Drew and see all these little, they're not really Easter eggs or cookies, but as we'll play the game, you'll see that there are a lot of ties to different forms of Nancy Drew, and it's just really fun. Really, that's what it is. All the extras in this game are fun. So let's dive on in, shall we? Let's start with looking at our case file. We didn't have a case file for the original version. We did have a letter. So let's see what this one says. Oh, Nancy's not reading this one out loud like she has in some of our previous games. All right, so current assignment, a student named Jake Rogers was killed at the local high school last week. It's rather intense. An undercover detective by the name of Beach asked Aunt Eloise if I could go undercover to investigate the murder. So this is already something new. I'm posing as a new student to see what the other kids may know about Jake and his untimely end. And then we've got our photos of the school, diner, Aunt Eloise's house. Yeah. And we go to the scrapbook. We see there's no case number 1 at the top. There is case number 2, but number 1 would have been weird because that's this mystery. So, anyhow. Ooh. I don't know if there are other coins around here. I don't normally look for them. Yeah, anyways, click on the plane ticket. Senior Detective.
Dear Dad, who would have dreamed taking a vacation to visit Aunt Eloise in Florida would result in another case? Seems a student named Jake Rogers was murdered at the high school last week. And an undercover police detective wants me to pose as a student to search for any leads at the school. So it's undercover I go. I'm calling this case Secrets Can Kill. Love, Nancy.
Well, so here's our letter. Obviously a little bit different from the original because of the involvement of an undercover police detective, which is not part of the original storyline. So, yeah, it just feels so nostalgic already. The Secrets Can Kill was the first Nancy Drew game that I ever played, so hearing this music brings me back to when I was, I don't even know how old I would have been. 11, 12, something like that. Maybe even younger. Yeah, flashbacks. And I'm in my 30s, so, you know, I'm jumping back 20 years. Just aged myself, oh goodness. Alright, Nancy had to close the school library early today, but if you need to do any research for your case, the key to the library is in the safe. Remember not to enter in a wrong combination. Be careful, Aunt Eloise. I like the addition of be careful. So, can we check the drawers? Yes, we can. And this is a password that we need. And I found a piece of paper, I don't know, a few weeks ago with some notes from this game, so that's going to make a lot of this really quick and easy. But I don't see this one written down. But it's Gox. That's what I've always thought of this password. It says Gox. And that's not any different from the first game. So this might be fun. I might just point out changes and what's been kept the same between the two iterations of this game. Yeah, I don't have to go that way. So let's go all the way over to the side. Hidden clues are everywhere. Indeed they are. The haunted ghost bridge. So this probably is reference to a Nancy Drew book. I can't think of what it's called. It's not the Haunted Ghost Bridge. That's not what it's called, but I can kind of picture the cover. Anyways, there are lots of references to the books and other games, as we will see, and I kind of alluded to that earlier. I'm just looking for coins. See if I can find some money. Alright, reminders. Talk to Jake about library books out of order. Call Nancy to get flight number. Call Jackie about Spanish schools. Interesting. Oh, there we go. So there used to be other stuff, I think, in that drawer that we could look at in the original. Oh, there. So during her trip with Maxine, Maggie learned about old hiker's trick. So this I remember on the message board, and I wasn't modding at the time. I'd stopped being a moderator a year or so before, but we were told that at least one of the names that we would see in this game would be for an upcoming game, and there are actually more than one. So this has a lot of references to other games. So Maxine is actually a reference to this game. There's Maxine's Diner. No Maggie, but Carl. So we will meet Carl in The Captive Curse. We've got the Bandit's Treasure, which is from Message in a Haunted Mansion. Brady Armstrong from the final scene. And I skipped Anya here, also from The Captive Curse. So that's two characters from that upcoming game. Renata, Captive Curse. So that's three characters. It was magnificent. Makes me think of Miles, the Magnificent Memory Machine, and what was his name? Mephisto? From the White Wolf of Bicycle Creek, if you called his number. Jellyfish Sandwich. Gross. Makes me think of Danger on Deception Island. Bob is our horse from Secret of Shadow Ranch. Not again. Dog's Eye. It was Robin Hood. That's a reference to Curse of Blackmore Manor when you're ordering food. A barking dog would do well to hold his tongue in that neighborhood. Reference to Secret of the Old Clock. Carl's name again. Only Once in a Blue Moon, so Blue Moon Canyon, illustrated Blue Moon Canyon. Renata, Glam Magazine, Danger by Design, Return to the Big Island, so referencing Hawaii and the Creature of Kapu Cave. Mike from Creature of Kapu Cave. Pish Pish, that is a reference to the White Wolf of Bicycle Creek. Bit by Big Spider. I don't know if a bunch of this is reference to anything specific. He went to the AR and the bill was huge and okay, so much. Yeah, I don't know anything extra about that particular paragraph. Lucas, there we go. That is our fourth character from The Captive Curse. So they are all here. Daryl, so this game. Actually, Daryl could be a few. So we've got Daryl here for Secrets Can Kill, but also Daryl Trent from the Haunted Carousel. But anyways, yeah, so there's a lot of references just in these two little pages, and it's all nonsense, but it's fantastic. So yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. Oh, I missed that coin there. Yeah, I just think it's great. So we don't need a remote control. We can just turn on the TV. Funny that there is still a VCR. 2010. I don't know if we were really using them that much anymore. And some more books here. So for the Teacher's Lounge, we actually get a key. We can open the front door to the Teacher's Lounge, unlike in the original game. Or we have to do a little bit of vandalism to enter. And then the yellow hardback Nancy Drew books. Gotta love it. There it is. Oh, and there's another one there. Yeah. I remember when I saw this, I was just so pleased. So, you know, that's where Nancy Drew came from. I mean, they weren't originally yellow. The covers were... The first one's blue. There certainly were blue ones. I'm just trying to remember if there were earlier editions that weren't blue. No, I think they started with the blue tweed kind of cover. Anyhow, now let's look at the safe. This part is a bit ridiculous if you put in the incorrect combination, which I won't do. Okay, library key. And a puzzle. I love slider puzzles. All right. And this, you know, this is a compilation of Nancy Drew book covers, which is also supremely fantastic. Okay, I gotta figure out my edges here. That arm's gonna go above. Why did I do that? That was silly. And we've got the desk there, although I'll do the centerpieces afterward. This is going to go at the top, though. There is a method to my madness, even if it might not seem like it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, what is going to go beside this? Because this is the top corner. Where's the rest of her head? It's probably that piece right there. Oh, followed by that piece. Well, that's fine. Okay. Let's try to do outer frame first. Oops. Right, so I need one more, this piece right here. I need to believe. Should actually put this in next. And then the rest of this mirror. Okay, and then our torso needs to go there. And then her arm right there, okay. Oh, not that. That's wrong. Oh, that part of her arm. Goodness. Which is going to make things look really weird for a minute. Do it this way. There we go. That should be it. Lovely. Alright, school computer login name Eloise Drew, password Oh Wise Elder. This is an anagram for her name, in case anyone didn't know that. I think I mentioned that in the last in the playthrough for the original game. So that's something that hasn't changed. The login and password. Oh. Oh no. Okay.
Nancy Drew, Detective Beach here. How are you?
Good, and yourself?
Frustrated, Nancy. I need some leads, and you're my man. Well, woman, teen, student, whatever. I'll be at Maxine's Diner. Come see me when you found out anything. All contact should be through me.
Can do. So what's our cover?
Our what?
Our cover. Who should I say you are if anyone sees us and asks?
Oh, right. I'll be your uncle. Uncle Steve. I gotta go now. If you need anything else, come see me at Maxine's. I'm wearing glasses and a green striped shirt.
Alrighty. So there's our sort of brief introduction. So here we have something different from the original game. There used to be a fourth location, Vandelay Pharmaceuticals. Not here. Because we couldn't really go there in the original game. I mean, you could, but you couldn't do anything. You could just stand outside the building. And it didn't come into play until the very end of the game. And it just happened to be a place where an event occurs and really served no purpose. So yeah, they didn't need it here. And it was really weird when I first played this game and noticed, where's Vandelay Pharmaceuticals? It's gone. But it makes sense that it was removed. It just, as I said, didn't serve any purpose. But these three locations all play roles in the game. So Maxine's, cue the fantastic music. Or not. That was utterly disappointing. Ugh, okay, fine. Let's talk with Daryl.
Welcome to Maxine's. I'm Daryl Gray. I don't think I've seen you here before.
My name's Nancy Drew. I just moved down here.
Then you'll be attending Paseo Del Mar High. I'm your student council president. If there's anything you need, just let me know.
Thanks. I might just take you up on that offer.
So, what can I do for you?
So here's Daryl. So this was a character from the original game. He looks a fair bit different than he did in the first iteration. And I mean, they've changed a lot of things, reanimated it, but or animated it because it was 2D, the original one. But he does look like a totally different character, which to me is kind of too bad. I like the way he looked in the first one.
Tell me about Paseo Del Mar High.
It's a great school. Good teachers, nice students, lots of after-school activities. It's just too bad what happened.
What happened?
One of the students was murdered in the school last week.
What happened?
Someone beat up this guy, Jake Rogers, and then threw him down a flight of stairs. He worked here, but I didn't really know him. He kept mainly to himself.
That's terrible.
I know. They only now just reopened the school.
Who did it?
No one knows, and the police are keeping pretty clammed up about it. But my resources say they're calling in some special detective. Maybe even the FBI.
That's me! Not FBI, but I'm a special detective. In the previous little bit of dialogue that we can't see anymore, I appreciated that they had Daryl mention that they've only just now reopened the school, because in the first game it seemed like it was like the same day or the day after, and I kept thinking, this isn't realistic. The school wouldn't be open. They'd still be searching, and yeah, it would be closed off. So I really appreciate that piece of dialogue.
Wow, you must have some special contacts.
Just special enough to see beautiful women like yourself.
Ugh. Heebie-jeebies, it's just creepy. Like, it's meant to be a compliment, but it just makes me uncomfortable when, I don't know, when anyone's at, I don't know how to put it, it's not outspoken or forthright, but just when they're willing to give that strong of a compliment, it just weirds me out.
Did this Jake guy have any enemies?
Sure, doesn't everyone?
I don't know. Silence.
I should get back to work. Nice meeting you, Nancy.
That was a really long pause. Kind of awkward.
Talk to you later.
Take care.
Yes, I was just thinking, did I introduce myself as Nancy Drew? Yes, I must have. Okay, here's music, but not what I was looking for. I wanted to look at the menu. So we've got Barnacle Blast, which we can play, but I'm not going to bother. But you know, that's taken from a Haunted Carousel. Aggregation, we haven't seen yet, but comes up quite a bit later. We won't see this game until the Deadly Device. So, but let's change up some tunes. Nancy Drew backwards. Also the name of a former mod. Okay. I don't remember what's the one I like. Put some money in. There we go. That's the music I was expecting when I walked into the diner. I was not pleased when it didn't play. This is just classic. More nostalgia. And all these hidden messages. So okay, the red one is in the middle. Sorry. Journal. There's gotta be an L somewhere. Journal. Or his journal. What's in blue? Is my? I don't know. Cash cow. His journal is my cash cow? I don't know. But these, we have to look out for these notes about elements that you'll see on the periodic table. Which, these are the notes I found! And I don't have to write these all down. I don't think. I'm just going to make sure that I see it on my piece of paper. And there it is, right at the top. Overlooked it. I always play these games in the same order. I go to the same places first. Talk to the same people first. So.
Uncle Steve!
Nancy! Why, I haven't seen you since, for a long time. How's your...
Aunt Eloise. Oh, she's fine. And Dad says hello.
You're staying with your aunt, right?
Yes.
So, what do you got for me?
Well, I was hoping you could debrief me on the investigation.
Oh, sure. I'm just a bit... Well, my undercover assignments are usually not so... suburban.
I understand.
The victim was a senior named Jake Rogers. As usual, none of the family, teachers, or students know about any enemies he may have had. Nothing came up from searching his home, computer, cell phone, or locker. His bank records tell a different story. He had a fairly large savings account and a lot of cash deposits. We suspect he was involved in something shady. Drugs, gambling, or blackmail. That's where you fit in. Talk to the students and see what you can find out. We think he might have kept information about his activities in a notebook or journal. So keep a lookout for anything like that. Anything else?
I like that this is called Ned's Mustard. So there's another little fun thing.
Bye, Uncle Steve.
See you later.
Okay, I want to go over there, but it's not working. Yeah, we can look at the same menu. Let's rotate. And go where only employees should go, and yet I can walk in no problem. And we don't have the intense music that we did in this location in the original game. We're back to music from The Phantom of Venice. Okay, dear Daryl, I need to break off our date to the City Hawkins dance. I'm very sorry, but something suddenly came up. Connie. The ladle. Safety first, clean up spills. Yes, we don't want anyone falling down. And, so we don't see the bolt cutters from this angle, but they must just be behind this leg. Yeah, there it is. So, intense music, and now we see that that's a leak when that's removed. I want the ladle, not the bolt cutters. In the original game, that wasn't obvious. Like there wasn't the that animation where everything is sort of blurred. So I think they did. Her Interactive did that so that there wouldn't be quite so many mishaps. Did I see a coin somewhere? No. Watch out. That's not menacing at all. This I think is new. Do I have TE? Yep, that's the second one on my list. We could decode these messages. I'm not going to bother.
Looks like something was removed here.
And we can look at this, can't we? Yeah, more coded messages. HG, yep, that's third on my list. So, to Carl. Again, reference to an upcoming game. Mel, that's probably Mel Corbelis. So, anyways, not going to spend too much time on all that stuff. Alright. So, let's skedaddle and go to the school. So, in the original game, you could go over to the side of the building because you would break into the teacher's lounge. We don't have to do that because we have a key to the front door. Fantastic music. Isn't there a coin up here somewhere? Okay, maybe it's on this side. I love this track. Learning is the only thing the mind never exhausts, never fears, and never regrets. Da Vinci. Okay. So lots of fun stuff here. Right, left, down, up. Letters first. Oh no. So this way. Up, down, left, right. First letters will help my plight. HEU2, yep. These are all in order. Each time I see these as how I have them written down on my piece of paper. So it really goes to show that, yes, I play these games the exact same way every time. Alright, Daryl's locker. Not Daryl's locker, Jake's locker. Jake, that's going to be a 2. 5 and 3. There we go. It spells Jake if you're using a phone pad, and how digits and or letters correspond to certain digits on the keypad. Anyways, Mass Marauders Fun Foes. So we've got this thing about judo. English essays, piece of paper. And it's funny that they kept this part, like they kept a VHS rather than updating this to like a CD or DVD or something. So, kind of funny. Breaking at local pharmacy. Alright, they call it the drug station pharmacy. It's no longer Vandalay Pharmaceuticals. And I wonder why they changed the name of it. So we've just done some snooping. In the first game, you would also find an X-Acto knife, but we don't need it in this remastered version, so it's not in his locker. Honor student Hal Tanaka, IRD2. Yep. Find the morning edition and discover another crime. The answers in black and white. Who will do the time? Most of this I don't even have to try and decipher. I kind of have it memorized. Yeah, I love all those secret and hidden messages. They're just brilliant. KRL2. Yep, you're on my list. Oh, am I missing one? No, that was on the other one. Yeah, love it. And on this bulletin board. All right. KR1. Yep. I'm not going to bother decoding these ones because they just take slightly more time. And this is a quick game, and I'd like to keep it quick because the last few have been really long. Okay, meet another suspect.
Whoa, a new girl at school. Do you realize what destiny has brought you today? Yours truly, Hector Sanchez. But you can just call me the Hulk.
And this introduction, this little bit of dialogue, is almost the exact same as from the first game, except he doesn't call himself the Hulk, he's Hector Hulk Sanchez, so let's change slightly.
The Hulk?
You are new around here. I play for the Manatees, one of the best teams in the state. I leave the others in the dirt, man. Soon it's college ball, and then the pros. Showtime.
And he also looks a little bit different, or well, a fair bit different from his 2D version from the late 90s. Different voice, same with Daryl, different voice.
Who are the Manatees?
Paseo Del Mar's mascot is a manatee. Don't tell me you're afraid of a little sea cow.
This is always weird dialogue. I had nothing to do with being afraid of them.
Of course not. I know what to do if I come across a manatee.
Yeah, just sneeze and it'll swim away. Seriously, the Manatees are a great team at a great school. Everyone is cool, except for a few punks like Jake Rogers.
Jake Rogers?
I knew Jake, but I didn't hang out with him. Sorry, can't talk now. I gotta go to practice. Later.
And he stays right there. Yeah, it's some awkward dialogue. Like the manatees and being afraid of them just seems so random. Like that doesn't flow very well. And he's quite cold to bring up Jake like that, even though he was just murdered. 555 judo. I haven't seen the things for the pop yet, so I won't do it yet. All right. And this is brilliant. I love the student art exhibit. So fan art from the Nancy Drew games primarily. It's just, this is a really lovely addition. I love it. So they really got the fans involved. Not that the fans would have expected this, I don't think. It just was probably stuff that was submitted to the company, and they chose to include it in the game. It's, again, just paying homage to this character. Come on, I'm clicking you. Alright, this one, yes, I do have this written down. Grape, orange, cool, will play the alarm in the school. ZR for yeah. Good. So I'll do that a little bit later. And the library, let's get, that's Teacher's Lounge library key. music didn't change. The music used to change more consistently between settings or rooms, and it's not really happening with this one. So this painting, oh, there we go. Better music. It's like it was listening to me. This will come up in the Captive Curse. Like, there are lots of references for the Captive Curse in this game, which is not the next game, but the game after. Yeah, so they would have had the next game is Shadow of the Water's Edge, so most that would have been completed by the time that this was released, and so they're just putting in a whole bunch of things for the game after that, which people wouldn't have known at the time. It's just great. And I'm not going to look through all of these, however, I'll just go down one aisle here. So these shelves are filled with books from the previous game. So this is a book from Last Train to Blue Moon Canyon. So there aren't a lot to look at, but usually each shelf there's one book. So Introduction to Ichido, so from Danger by Design. Yeah. Anyways, and there are coins and stuff somewhere. Doesn't matter. I'm not looking for those. And the library setup is different. It looks a little bit different. I love this. Share the discovery reading. Nancy Drew end papers. Yeah, there used to be a front desk right here. So, yeah, they've rearranged things, which is kind of interesting. Sports Today.
Hectanol is a steroid and was one of the drugs stolen at the drug station.
I love that they chose to call it Hectanol, and spoiler alert, the person who stole it was Hector Hulk Sanchez. Like, I think that was intentional. Yeah, and this Tzolk'in from Secret of the Scarlet Hand. Some of these magazines we saw in the original version of this game. More fan art. So, yeah, just so cool. Yeah, NAL3. Ooh, okay, some things are out of order now, but okay, I have that one. If anything happens to me, search under my combo in catalog. Which I will do. I don't know if it's worth looking at these yet. Oh, well, this I should look at real, because I'll need that. Quickly glance at it. I have it written down. Marie Antoinette. What do we have here? Lizzie Applegate. Okay, this is going to be the one I'll need. Crane later, so it's this first set of books. What do we have here? Harry Houdini, Seen. So, yeah. Just a lot of great fun additions. Okay. So look under his combo, so 535. No, hang on. 5253. Evidence under my seat. Love it. Okay. Which I'll find in a moment. So let's go upstairs. Oh, this is not the direction I normally go in. It's weirding me out and I have to go this way. There's that. Oh, like a door closed. So, periodic table of the elements. This is important. Jake was here. Vampire Diaries. And under his seat. So, here we go. I won't use this right away, but that's what we have to look for if anything happens to Jake. So, another coin. Yeah. I feel like I missed, like there should be another piece of paper with an element on it. Okay, there we go, the music. Transition. Okay, it's probably, I missed this one here. YD3. There we go, I missed one on the piece of paper. I didn't look at this board first. Okay, this is gonna have, this has to do with pop. This gives us an Easter egg. Do I want to do it? This starts with 3. Okay, that's going to be cool. This one I don't have written down. So cool times 2. It's going to be pop. Okay, 20, I think is T. So S, so it's going to be soda. No. Yeah, maybe. Soda. And then G, so grape. Yeah, that one I can do that one. And yeah, YD3 is on my list already. Wonderful. We'll meet another student here. Hal Tanaka.
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew. What's your name?
Hal Tanaka. Actually, my first name is much longer than that. But I want to fit in here in America, so I chose Hal as my nickname. I'm a Japanese exchange student.
Why do you think it's easier to have an American name?
I want to be part of the culture and succeed in this country.
So he also, like all the others, looks a little different than he did as a 2D character. But it's the same voice actor by the sound of things, unless they managed to get someone who sounds just like the original. But it's new dialogue, so I'm curious as to why this is still the same actor, presumably the same voice actor, but the other characters are not. Come on, I clicked you.
So, what's been going on at school lately?
A murder was committed here. Everyone is very stressed out.
Yeah, no doubt.
I heard about that. Some kid named Jake?
Oh yeah, Jake Rogers was a dark soul. He created a lot of trouble.
What do you mean by dark soul?
Jake wasn't a happy person, and made others around him very unhappy too.
How did Jake make people around him unhappy?
Jake was an ijimeko. In English, you would say a bully. He wasn't very popular. I'm behind in my studies and I must get back to the library. Bye, Nancy.
Yeah, did I introduce myself? You knew my name. That's something that's always bugged me when that happens in the games. They, call Nancy by name when she hasn't introduced herself. Where's the paper? This one. Oh, there it is. CR1. Yep. I think I'm missing one. But I think it was in the library. It's fine. Okay. So then we'll go this way. There, I knew there was one up here. And isn't there one here? Yep. Another bulletin board. There it is. ESU4. Yep. Cool. And we'll meet Connie soon. I love this. So we've got some book covers. I mean, this would be an original for, I think, when it was released. I think it's a little bit later in the series. But these two look like earlier art. Like these covers were revised later on in the 60s. And the further you go in the series, the less revisions there were, because some were released in the 60s, and that was the last time cover art was done for them. Alright, LAU2, y'all. And I could go into the teacher's lounge, but there's a witness and I'd get in trouble. There's some familiar faces on this board that Nancy Drew fans. That's pretty cool. Oh, hello. Alright, then let's meet our final suspect.
Hi, I'm Connie. You're not from around here, are you? Usually, Paseo del Mar High is really quiet and boring. Lately, it's been totally out of control.
So again, she looks a little bit different from the 2D version. Her voice has changed, but she's also sitting and in a slightly different location. She's in the same space as in the original game, but normally she's standing by the, previously rather, she was standing by the magazine racks. So this is different. So she's got this hall monitor title. That's new. She wasn't the hall monitor in the original game.
Is it that obvious I'm not from around here?
I'm a school monitor, so I have to notice these things.
Things must be pretty hectic for you right now.
Obviously. Once this whole thing blows over, it'll be back to the same old routine.
Doesn't it concern you the murderer is still out there roaming the halls?
Don't make me laugh. Just because I'm a girl doesn't mean I can't handle myself. Jake finally met his match.
Again, really harsh comments about someone who was just killed.
What do you mean, his match?
Jake Rogers was a total creep. Nobody liked him. I gotta go now. Later.
A brief conversation. Yeah, Connie used to be standing over here. Hey, come on. And there used to be a phone here. But of course now we've got cell phones. But yeah, I used to use that phone to call Jake's locker, the judo place. I guess you could call Tony's Pizza if you wanted. Alright, what was the one I just wrote down? So, cool, pop, soda, grape. Or do I have to put money in? Did I do that wrong? Pop, spot cola. No, try that again. Cool. Pop, soda, grape. Okay, fine, I'll put money in. Oh, nope. I must have written it down wrong. Or maybe it's the other way around. It's grape, soda, pop, cool. Or they don't work on this machine? I don't know. I might have to do that by the gym. And we've got more here. Hilda Emma Swenson. So there's a reference to Danger on Deception Island. ZND1. Yep. Wonderful. And HFL1. There it is. Yeah. Alright. And, I mean, I could go down here. This is locked, and technically I haven't found the passcode yet, so I won't do that yet. I mean, there's more I could do here, but I am going to go... Am I? Yeah, I'll quickly go talk to Daryl.
What can I do for you?
Do you know Connie Watson?
Not that well. She keeps to herself a lot. I've always thought there's something mysterious about her. Kind of the same way I feel about you.
Creep.
Thanks for the compliment, but I'm already seeing someone.
That's cool. I'm just saying, not playing.
Do you know why Connie broke your date to the Sadie Hawkins dance?
No, it was really weird. But what was even weirder is that she took Jake instead of me. Like I said, she's mysterious.
Do you know why Jake had an empty video cassette case in his locker?
Why were you in Jake's locker?
And that is a fair question, and that's the only reason I selected that.
I'm writing an article about the murder for the school newspaper.
Oh. I have no idea. What else can I do for you?
What can you tell me about Hal Tanaka?
Hal's an exchange student who's all scholarships and study. He's very intense about becoming a doctor.
How well do you know Hulk Sanchez?
Big guy, big muscles, big dreams. A lot of football scouts have been coming over to watch him play. He must be under a lot of pressure to perform.
See you later.
Later.
And I guess we'll talk with Detective Beach.
Good recovery on Daryl's question about Jake's locker.
Thanks, Uncle Steve.
But reported for school newspaper? It's not that great of a cover.
I had to think on my feet. When the police looked through Jake's locker, did they take a videotape?
No. We didn't. You're thinking there's something important on that tape. Important enough that Jake hid it.
Something like that.
Good lead. Find that videotape, Nancy.
I'm on it.
See you around.
See you later.
Alright, so let's go back to the school. Just a lot of back and forth.
How's it going?
Do you know Hal Tanaka?
That dude is always studying. He's a huge fan of mine. Real smart guy. But I never understood why a brain like Tanaka would hang out with slime like Jake.
That also might be copied word for word from the original version.
Hal was a friend of Jake's?
Let's just say I saw them talking together a lot. Jake's locker was right next to Hal's.
But they weren't really friends, is that what you're saying?
Jake didn't really have friends, and Hal, he may seem pretty chill, but I've seen him crack a couple of times. He's seriously uptight.
Crack a couple of times?
He's got a temper, a bad one. He lets the pressure build and build until he's wound so tight the slightest thing sets him off. Like last week, I strike him out during gym, and he goes ballistic and charges the mound. He's got some serious issues.
So that's new.
Now that I think of it, last time I saw them together, Hal seemed pretty upset.
Yes, we get some new information about Hal in this game that he wasn't ever described that way in the original game. Also, side note, I love that they have these little earbuds of his just poking out of his shirt. It's just, it's so fitting, it's so accurate, and just is a nice little touch. So, you know, that's different, obviously, from the first game.
What can you tell me about Connie Watson?
She hangs out at the gym a lot. I heard she's been having a real tough time.
Tough time?
I heard she's been having some money problems.
What can you tell me about Daryl Gray?
He seems like a cool guy. His family used to sponsor the annual football awards dinner until last year. You know, he's the one who found Jake's body.
It's weird Nancy doesn't really respond to that last comment of his about Daryl finding the body. She just changes the subject here.
Do you know why Jake had an empty video cassette case in his locker?
I didn't pay much attention to Jake. I'm tired of talking about that loser.
Tell me about the robbery at the drug station pharmacy.
Why would I know about a robbery? All I know about is football.
It's because the drug that was taken had to do with your name. That's
Goodbye.
Why.
See ya.
And because you play sports. Okay, let's try this. Hopefully I decoded that message correctly, but let's see. It was cool, pop, soda, grape. Okay, apparently it just doesn't work. But the other one I need is grape, orange, cool. Why are none of these working? Unless I did it backwards and it's cool, orange, grape. What on earth? I'm very confused. Because that was not that one. It's on this board, isn't it? Grape, orange, cool. Will play the alarm in the school. So why didn't it? Oh, is it because I need to try getting into the teacher's lounge first? That might be it. Okay, he just doesn't greet us. Okay. That's also a weird thing. Different from the original game.
Have you heard of Hulk Sanchez?
Heard of him? Hulk holds the conference record for quarterback sacks. He's been the state's #1 player since he was a freshman. He's also a candidate for a big university, even with his injury.
Injury?
Hulk got hurt a few weeks ago. Ever since that game, he hasn't played the same. I worry that his chances of playing for a top school are not as good as before his injury.
Do you know Connie Watson?
Yes, we've been in a few classes together. I think she was dating Jake Rogers.
What can you tell me about Daryl Gray?
He's very popular, and a good politician, too. Just like his father.
Like his father?
I hear he was a great politician, but not a very good businessman. I think his company went bankrupt a few years ago.
Do you know why Jake had an empty video cassette case in his locker?
I didn't know Jake was interested in video. I avoided him whenever I could.
See you later.
I must go now, Nancy.
I was thinking too, as far as the pop machine, I think Connie actually might have to mention the alarm and getting frustrated with it.
Hey, Nancy, need something?
Yeah, I think after this conversation.
Have you
Or this
seen any of those
sentence.
weird messages on the bulletin boards?
Yes, and if I catch the guy who's doing it, he's going to be in big trouble. I bet it's the same person who keeps on setting off the soda machine alarm.
There we go. So now I can probably do it.
I guess that comes with the territory of being school monitor.
Normally it's not this hectic. When I figure out who's been pulling all these pranks.
How well do you know Daryl Gray?
I wish I knew him better. He's the only guy I'd ever consider dating. He's student council president, holds a cool job at a diner called Maxine's, and drives a Seaback X80.
So that's different. The
Drives
type
a
of car.
sports car and works at a diner? That doesn't compute.
Yeah, I don't get it either. Daryl's family was rich and used to throw major parties all the time, but not anymore.
Why did you break your date with Daryl to the Sadie Hawkins dance?
It's a long story.
Did Jake make you break the date?
You're asking way too many questions, Nancy. What business is it of yours?
That's a good point, and Nancy's going to encounter a very similar line in Secret at the Shadow at the Water's Edge, rather. Yeah, she can be quite nosy, which, I mean, comes with the territory of her role, but sometimes she lacks tact.
Do you know why Jake had an empty video cassette case in his locker?
No. Why are you so interested in Jake anyway? I gotta go now. Later.
Alright. So, what happens if I just go to the door? I'm just gonna try a few things while I'm here.
That's off limits for you.
Okay.
But I have a key.
Until you can show me some teaching credentials, you're not allowed in.
Alright. Now, let's try setting off that alarm. Please work. Alright. Grape, orange, cool.
Good job,
there we
Nancy.
go.
Better tell Connie to come fix it.
Yeah, it's weird that didn't work before, that you have to wait for that specific bit of dialogue to occur.
Nancy, I'm starting to wonder about you.
Your medallion has a symbol that means crane, and Crane is the name of the judo school on the poster in the gym.
What a coincidence. Funny, I never noticed. I gotta go now. Later.
No,
Hey,
we have more
Nancy,
talking to.
need something?
Someone set off the alarm on the soda machine again.
Connie, the student monitor, to the rescue. Again.
Alright. I can make out a lot of this. It's fairly blurred. But anyways, here we go. Now that she's gone, enter the teacher's lounge. So little in the inventory in this game. A trophy was not the only prize, but also money of a greater size. AGD1. There you are at the bottom of my list. A CLD2, right above that one. Whispering Statue, it's a good book. And money. Oops. Oh. There we go. So, printing that security report. We need to find a replacement for Jake Rogers for bulletin board duty. Please send me a list of candidates you recommended for this study. Pardon. So here we learn that Jake was the one involved with bulletin boards, so I assume he's the one who put up all those coded messages. Passwords. Maintenance room note. That's the one we need. Maintenance called Dylan HVAC. To-do list. Locate missing book. Ooh, that didn't sound good. Other donations. Yeah. Okay. So we've seen what we need to from there. So information about pranks and stuff. And this, it's not in order now, but this these first letters for each name, if you reorganize them, it says Tanaka Cheats. So yeah, more fun stuff. And senior papers, right? Senior final papers. Oh, Tanaka. What the hell?
This looks exactly like the one in Jake's locker.
Yeah. Donuts. And there's some stuff here, not imperative to the game. But here we learn about great enterprises and stock loss. So, learn what's going on with Daryl's family a little bit. Yeah. Oh, hello.
Hello?
You better stop your nosing, or it'll get bent way out of shape.
Well, alright then. Not gonna change a thing. Oh, I saw a coin. Okay, so Connie's gone. I can't ask her more of those questions I had, but we'll go here. So the password is note and it's in Braille. You, and you, right? Yeah. And in the original game, this is when you had to change discs. So nice. You don't have to do that. I don't even have to play with a single disc. Oh, and the plaque's not back here anymore. Need this for later. Just try my arrows if I don't have them. Note it down. Toolbox. Dylan's. Dylan's, that is. Oh, here's the plaque. 1967. Right. Probably write that down to set my pencil flying. 1967. Yeah, that's all we need here for now. I can get over here, that's great. There we go. Alright, let's see if Connie is back. She is not. Can I try that Easter egg one more time since she's not here? Cool. Pop. Soda. Oh, was it soda or was it cola? I think it was soda. Great. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It does not matter. Talk to Hal.
You plagiarized your senior essay on etiquette, and Jake knew about it.
Yep.
Yes, Nancy. I'm very ashamed. My family will be extremely unhappy about this terrible mistake I have made. Somehow, Jake found out I copied that old essay. Then he blackmailed me into doing his homework for him.
Why did you copy the essay?
I had no other choice. My family won't let me stay in the United States unless I get a scholarship next year. I had to take extra courses to earn the scholarship. Before I realized what I had done, I was buried in work. I copied the essay because I was desperate.
What happened when Jake found out?
Jake demanded I do all his homework for the rest of the semester, or he would tell my family everything. What else could I do? My family was depending on me to succeed.
Were you desperate enough to kill him?
I was not happy about the situation, but I would never kill anyone. I value human life. Please don't tell anyone about this, I beg you. You will gain nothing if you do, and it would destroy my family if they knew what really happened. I regret what I have done. Please let me have this chance to become a doctor. I promise to make up for this mistake, even if it takes the rest of my life.
If you didn't kill Jake, do you have any idea who did?
When I delivered Jake's homework to him the other day, he mentioned being late for a meeting with Daryl Gray. It was very strange. I didn't know they were friends.
Bye.
Farewell, Nancy.
So I talked about this in my playthrough for the original version, but this game really is good about discussing stress and pressures, and pressure that might come from external forces or other people, as well as ourselves. And it's a really important message if you read it as a message to to be mindful, I guess, of what expectations others have for you and what you have for yourself, and to make sure you're being healthy, and the consequences of putting too much pressure on a person. So for him, that was cheating, and we learn more from others. I don't know why I'm going this way. I don't think I can say anything more to Hulk.
I'm not into pushy girls. Do me a
yes, I
favor
can.
and bother someone else.
I'm really sorry you got injured. Does that affect your chances of playing college ball?
I had a little sprain, no big deal. Within a week, I was better than before and impressing the football scouts. I'm as strong as ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk to you later.
Later.
Alright, so we should be set up to talk with Daryl and move forward with the game. We're, in some ways, kind of near the end. It's a really quick game.
Hey, gorgeous.
Blech.
Glad you stopped by.
Daryl, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm seeing someone else.
Hey, I'm just saying what I'm seeing.
So what's been going on?
Well, your uncle isn't here if that's who you're looking for. I'm sorry for saying this, but he's kind of a Mr. Cranky Pants.
How so?
He's on edge from drinking all of our coffee, and last week he seriously freaked out on me.
What happened?
I don't know. He lost something in the diner and accused us of stealing it. He went kind of psycho.
Hal Tanaka told me Jake said he had a meeting with you once, but I thought you said you hardly knew him.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he had to talk to me about work.
Someone said you were caught soaping up the windows on the teacher's lounge.
Yeah, I totally got busted. It was a senior prank. I had to spend 2 days in detention.
Wasn't that the night Jake was murdered?
Yeah, I guess it was. Never really thought about that.
It's not that serious of a prank. But anyways.
Is your dad the owner of Gray Enterprises?
Yep, that's him. I have an internship in the computer department at the plant. It's mega boring, but it'll look good on my college application.
Didn't I hear that Gray Enterprises went bankrupt?
So what if it did? My dad is working really hard to get the company back on track, and it doesn't help to have vultures like you gloating over it.
I'm sorry, Daryl. I didn't mean to gloat.
That's okay. I'm just a little touchy about it. What else can I do for you?
Didn't I hear that you found Jake's body?
Yeah, I did. The student council president gets keys to the school. He
I
had
didn't.
an early morning council meeting and I found him lying there. It was the worst thing I ever experienced in my life. And I really don't want to think about it right now.
I was student council president. I didn't have keys to the school. Although I did have a key to the student council office, but we weren't that fancy.
Bye.
Oh, before I forget, someone left this note for you.
Indeed.
It was on the counter when I got back from break.
Dylan HVAC, so he doesn't even try to hide his identity. I have the solution to your mystery. Meet me in the basement of the maintenance room at the high school. So this is set up a little, not set up differently, but it is written differently. I guess it's the same text, but in the original it's like a handwritten note, not typed up like this.
Bye, Nancy.
I don't think there's anything to look at over here. No, just Ned's mustard. So. Alright, let's go to the boiler room. Good, I don't even have to put the code in again. Nice and easy. And chaos. What's on? Go. 19. Oops, wrong way. 7. So you can use the bolt cutters, or you can just put in the code. Face. That way. There we go. And this is busted. I don't think there's anything new in here. No. However, this. We need this little guy. And then Here is the videotape. So we do find the videotape at this point in the original game, but we find it in the ductwork. And I overlooked it the first time I ever played that game. So now we go to Aunt Eloise's house. Let's watch this old school VHS tape. Drug station Hectanol. And there was Hector with the box. And all masked up is Connie, and there's a trophy. And there is Hal copying that essay. Is there more? No. Don't even bother turning off the TV. That's fine.
So, how'd your date go with the mysterious note-leaving guy?
Let's just say he almost took my breath away.
Good, so I'm still in the running for you.
No!
Daryl, I'm not interested.
There we go.
Okay, I get the picture.
Do you? I don't know that you do.
Bye.
See ya.
Is Uncle Steve here?
Nancy, you look terrible. What happened to you? Are you okay?
Somebody set a booby trap for me in the school. I'm pretty sure it was Mitch Dillon who set it up.
Okay, we'll handle this and get Mitch off the street. We can't charge him now or we'll blow our cover. But once this investigation is done, I guarantee you he'll pay for this.
Daryl mentioned that you had lost something last week?
Yes. I lost my wallet. A lot of my undercover contact information is in the wallet, including yours. You can imagine what would happen if that information fell into the wrong hands.
Did you ever find it?
It was in my hotel room all along. I think I was drinking too much coffee, starting to affect my mind.
I found the videotape Jake made. It shows some students that Jake was blackmailing.
Mm-hmm.
Was one of the students Daryl Gray?
No.
That's surprising.
Good
My
reaction.
intuition says that Blondie Burger Boy is involved in this somehow. Good lead, but we really need to find that journal of Jake's.
Yeah, so there's some good animation in this game.
I think a student may have killed Jake because he was blackmailing him, or her.
You're getting great leads, but think and may have are not good enough. We need to find hard evidence, like Jake's journal.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Nancy.
Yeah, I don't think I said this, but Jake's journal was not a thing in the original game either, so a few changes to the storyline, but the overarching themes and whatnot are the same. Okay. Connie, let's have a chat before I go to the library.
Hey, Nancy, need something?
I know you're the unknown winner of that judo competition. Jake Rogers had it all on videotape.
Yes, Nancy. I'm the mysterious winner of the men's tournament. It wasn't easy for me, and I'm proud of what I did.
Did you kill Jake to stop him from blackmailing you?
Are you crazy? Of course not. I didn't kill Jake.
Whoever pushed Jake down the stairs also beat him up. Someone with a black belt could have done it.
Do you think I would give up everything I've worked for and do a stupid thing like that? I despised Jake, but I'd never think of killing him.
Hulk told me money's been tight for you these days.
I don't actually have to have these
But what a
conversations.
dork! Hulk Sanchez doesn't know the first thing about my life. He needs to get a life and stop talking about mine.
But I might as well just finish them up.
Didn't I hear you were dating Jake?
Hey, a girl can make a mistake, can't she?
Do you know Hal Tanaka?
Not very well. He's an exchange student from Japan and a total workaholic. He told me he's trying to get more scholarships for college. Lately, he's been looking really burnt out. I think the pressure's getting to him.
What pressure?
I guess it's a big deal for his family that he get into a good school on a free ride.
See you later.
Bye, Nancy.
Yep, there's that talk of pressure again. Okay. I don't know if there's anything more to say to Hal, but I might as well just check.
Oh, it's you, Nancy. I'm
Alright.
really embarrassed to see you again.
Connie told me you study too hard. Is that true?
Connie doesn't know my study habits. I can handle my studies. I'm behind in my studies and I must get back to the library. Bye, Nancy.
That kills me every time. I can handle my studies, but I'm behind in my studies. Oh man. Just gonna talk with Hulk here. Or the Hulk.
I'm not into pushy girls.
I know.
Do me a favor and bother someone else.
No.
Jake knew you broke into the drug station. He was blackmailing you, wasn't he?
Yeah. He found out I stole the steroids and threatened to turn me over to the cops. It would have meant the end of my football career if I didn't cooperate.
Why did you steal the steroids?
I got hurt really bad in a game a few weeks back. Broke 4 ribs and cracked 2 others.
Sounds
I had
painful.
to keep playing even though I was hurt. I needed to impress the scouts. Then I started taking steroids. It wasn't worth it because I was still in pain and all my free time was spent playing errand boy for Jake.
Did you kill him?
I'm not a killer, Nancy. I didn't do it. The last thing Jake had me do was deliver a note to Daryl Gray. It was in a sealed envelope, so I couldn't read it. My bet is Jake was blackmailing Daryl.
I'll talk to you later.
Later.
Not a bad reaction. Just saying later. Like, he wasn't upbeat like they sometimes are after Nancy's had a serious conversation with someone. Oops, went a little bit too far there. Probably need the key again. Not that one. That one! Okay, let's see if I can do this. I don't know why I'm going this way. Again. Yeah, did I miss a piece of paper here? Guess not. Okay. Can I do this yet? Because I don't remember seeing the reference to starting with this, but I know you start with this one. Alright, moving my piece of paper. I don't have these written in order, but I wrote down numbers. So up to... And then... Where's number 2? Then right 1. Left 3. 1, 2, 3. And down 2. Where's my number 5? Right 1. 6 is down 1. 7 is up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think that one's an 8. Left 2, it makes sense. 9 is down 3. 1, 2, 3. 10 is right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 11 is down 1. 12 is left 3. 1, 2, 3. 13 is up 2. 14 is right 3. 1, 2, 3. 15 is up 2. 16 is left 1. 17 is somewhere. Down 2. 18 is left 3. Yes! Alright. Just about at the end here. Okay, what's the fastest way? Go this way. So we have our second videotape. Again, something I would expect would have been put on like a CD or DVD at this time in the world in 2010. Okay. The Evanescence music. The classic Aunt Eloise music, really. Okay. New videotape.
This is the story of a student council president gone terribly bad. Let's take a look at what kind of homework he's bringing home from Daddy's top secret military industrial aerospace factory. But what
That's
does
from
Daryl do
Haunted
with
Castle
this
Malloy.
stuff? He's too stupid to really know what it all means, but he's not too stupid to know how much these industrial secrets are worth. You see, Daryl's selling out to our local air conditioning guy, Mitch Dillon. Not sure what a guy specializing in HVAC does with satellite schematics, telemetry encodings, and signature intelligence, but I'm sure whatever it is, it's not exactly legal. But it's probably worth a lot of money to Mitch to keep it quiet. Breaking news, check it out. I found out who Mitch is selling Daryl's secrets to. This dude, can you imagine? This dorkoid is the ringleader of some kind of clearinghouse for military secrets. And Mr. Clueless just forgot his journal full of important notes like contact numbers, system passwords, project code names, amounts paid, etc., etc. And some other stuff I don't understand, but I can tell that this guy will pay top dollar to get it back. But just in case, should anything happen to me, I'm putting the journal in a safe place. I taped it underneath one of the book carts at the school, but I doubt he'll give me much trouble. Just a ton of cash. So if you find this video, come look me up. I'll probably be long gone from Paseo del Mar and tanning my bod on my very own private island, retired at 17.
There's the door.
Aunt Eloise? Is that you?
And we are at the end, folks. And I hate it. Ugh,
Detective Beach, I didn't expect you.
I did.
I just thought I'd come by and see how you're doing. You seemed kind of in a hurry. Did you find the journal?
Yes, I found your journal.
My
Great
what?
reaction.
Jake's journal. I found Jake's journal.
No. You said my journal. You said that you found my journal.
And there's the gun.
Why don't we step into the living room and have a nice chat about where my journal is, Oh, and why don't you give me your cell phone? I'd hate to be interrupted during our little tete-a-tete.
So, this Detective Beach, an undercover assignment, was just a ruse to get me to find your journal. You killed Jake, didn't you?
Yes, I did con you into this undercover charade, and you just ate it up. I mean, you had the lingo, the self-important attitude. You're a real Snoopy Susie, aren't you? But as far as murder goes, no. That was my former partner, Mitch Dillon. But stop with this delaying tactic, Detective Nancy. Where's my journal?
So I like that we get options and we have to pick the right one. Behind the rose painting. Right, no, behind the tapestry.
It's in the entrance, behind the tapestry.
It's too bad we don't get to see this part.
What's the combination?
And we tell all sorts of lies.
Kappa Lambda Kappa Sigma.
That's not it, Nancy.
Delta 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 Delta.
You're trying my patience, Detective Drew. What's the combination?
Zeta Mu Mu Pi.
And the ridiculousness.
Hey! What the? Get me out of here, Nancy Drew!
No.
I'm sure the police will be happy to
Where did
transfer
that come
you
from?
to another set of bars. So long, Detective Beach, and hello, prisoner number 4321A. Dear Dad, case closed. Mitch Dillon and his boss, formerly known as Detective Beach, are on their way to
Oh, they're
prison.
missing commas here.
The police still don't know his real identity, but his trade in top secret information has been stopped, thanks to Aunt Eloise's burglar-proof safe. Daryl has confessed to selling information about his father's military projects. Despite the damage this has caused Gray Enterprises, Daryl's father has forgiven him. Connie returned her trophy, but the judo club refused to take it and is opening their competitions to women next year. Hulk agreed to pay for the damages to the pharmacy, and Hal has gotten his scholarships. And I'm headed to the beach, where the only cover I'm going to go under is a beach blanket. See you soon, Nancy.
All right. What is the name of the local newspaper? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Maybe that one. Jacques. I tried to get the Easter egg and it wouldn't work. Oh, that was right answer. Pop Prankster. No. Yeah. So we've got a trailer for Shout Out the Water's Edge again. Here it is.
I've always wanted to visit Japan.
I've been
From
there.
the exotic food and wild fashion in the cities
Yeah.
to the nature and tradition in the smaller towns, I
So
know there's
true.
going to be a ton to see and do. As a thank you for all of my hard detective work, PG Krolmeister has reserved a room for me at one of the area's best ryokans, or traditional inns.
Stayed at a ryokan.
It'll be nice to finally take a break from solving mysteries and to spend a few weeks without danger and dark secrets hiding around every corner. I've already heard that the ryokan I'm staying in has quite a reputation. I'm not sure exactly for what, though. Well, I'll find that out soon enough.
Freaky.
Join me in my next adventure, Shadow at the Water's Edge.
Alright, there we go. Secrets Can Kill Remastered. I didn't actually check what time I started playing this, so I don't know how long it took, but it's not a very long game. I can tell you that much. So, but lots of fun. I like all the things I was pointing out, so all the references to other games and like the collection of yellow hardback books in that chest at Eloise's house. So just really neat, and there are some changes to the storyline, which makes it a little bit more interesting if you're someone who's already played the original game. So there are some new things. It's not all it's not just a straight replay or carbon copy of the original game with a few, extra goodies. The storyline is actually slightly different. The thing I thought they were going to change and was shocked that they didn't was the inclusion of the gun at the end, because that was something that Her Interactive got a lot of negative feedback about with the original when there was a gun. So I was so sure that wouldn't come up in this one because they were changing the ending. But no, they did include a gun. It was just held by a different person. We didn't see Mitch in this one, which is interesting. We got a phone call from him, which I don't think we did in the original. But at the end of the original game, we had a confrontation that involved Mitch himself, not Detective Beach. So that was really strange, and I think that's the thing I don't like was the Detective Beach stuff, less Mitch Dillon. But anyways, let's see what happens here. We're just going to the desk. We are. So I don't think there are bloopers for this one.
Dare to play. Hi.
Yeah. So what else is there to say? I've pretty much talked about everything already. But yeah, the big thing was the continued inclusion of a gun in the game. That was not changed out. But the characters were essentially the same. A couple of changes, like that, the little bit of information we get from Hector about how kind of blowing a gasket. We didn't get that in the original story. Connie is now a hall monitor. That wasn't part of the original story. And with Connie in the original game, there was a women's division for judo. So the storyline about that was that the prize money was different. That was a lesser amount for women versus for men, and that was an interesting thing to discuss. Whereas in this iteration, there's just no women's competition, which kind of makes it feel like we've gone backwards. But I guess it was so that the story could change to include a women's division. I don't know. I think they kind of should have kept it at the cash prize value being lesser for women, because that's more of a current thing that we're seeing in the world. But anyways, that was how they changed her storyline. There's not much of a change for the Hulk, except they call him the Hulk instead of just Hulk Sanchez. Yeah, he's pretty much the same. We don't see Vandelay Pharmaceutical. It doesn't exist as a location to go to, and the name is different. Yeah. But there's all those fun things from the other games too. Like Barnacle Blast, which I didn't bother to play. We see Aggregation, which we won't see for several games yet. Music, like from the Phantom of Venice, when you're dancing away in that game. We hear that in the diner. References to the Captive Curse, which was 2 games from now, so we wouldn't have known that we were seeing clues to that game, which is just super cool when you replay this after you've played that game. Yeah, just a lot of fun additions. So just a really fun game if you're not looking for a new mystery, if you'd already played the original Secrets Can Kill. And you can't get that game anymore. So it is kind of nice to have a version of it available and playable on today's computers. So yeah, just lovely, just lots of fun, and it's simple. Yeah, I like I said, I can't quite remember what my reaction was to the idea of this remastering, but certainly now I don't mind it. It's light, and again, it pays homage to the character of Nancy Drew, who'd at that point been around only for 80 years, and it's been many more now. So it's been 93. Yeah, so just really cool. Just it's an appreciation game, really. It's a celebration, and I think it's wonderful. So I'm going to end it there. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this playthrough. I hope you enjoyed it and had fun spotting all the references, just like I did. Have a supreme rest of your day. Bye-bye.